Hello there, my name is Ross. I'm sure you already know by now, but you look very hungry, you look famished. When was the last time you ate some food? That's a long time ago. That's an unacceptably long time ago. Well, luckily for you, I have prepared a meal. I was going to eat it myself, but because I'm such a nice and generous fellow, I'll feed you instead, if that's something you would like. You hungry? You hungry? Very good. Well, perfect timing then. Okay, so I'm just going to use my little fork here. I'm going to grab a little bit of food, and I'm just going to put the food in your mouth. Okay, so swallow the food. Eat the food. Eat the food. Very good. What do you think of the food? Does it taste good? Does it taste good? Very good. That's okay, you can talk with your mouth full, I don't mind. You can talk with your mouth full. We don't need manners here. We're friends, aren't we? We're friends. You and I, we're friends. And I mean, if you can't talk with your mouth full amongst friends, when can you talk with your mouth full? When you're on your own. Why would you be talking when you're on your own? What, are you insane? Are you insane? You're not insane, are you? Go on, eat the food. Eat the food. Well done. Eat the food. Here comes a little plane. Eat the food. Good. Well done. Good. I love it when you obey my commands, such as eat the food. Here it comes. How does it taste? Do you enjoy the food? I cooked this food myself. I even harvested the meat myself as well. I had to actually hunt the meat down and then prepare it myself. Very difficult to skin a living creature. Very difficult, but not that difficult really, especially when you've had as much practice as I have. You know, obviously I skin a lot of creatures to prepare their meat for eating, for food. Okay, open up wide. There we go. Here we go. You need to be eating a bit quicker. Eat a bit quicker, please. I've got a lot of food here for you to go through. And you look famished. Okay, I need to make you big. Okay, I'm not talking fat. You know, I don't want you to be like a obese balloon, but you need to put on some weight. Look at you. You're skinny little thing. There we go. Eat some more of the food. You skinny little creature. Obviously, you haven't been taking good care of yourself, have you? That's very bad indeed. Very bad indeed. It is. I understand it is easy to forget to eat food sometimes. I do it. When I get wrapped up in some sort of project or activity that I really enjoy, you know, sometimes I forget to eat as well. You know what recently has been bothering me, unusually so, is sleep. I find now that I don't want to sleep. I guess I'm reverting back to being a child again, but I find sleep is just annoying. There's so many things that I want to do, and then I need to sleep. That's a waste of like 7 hours. 7 whole hours wasted sleeping. Don't get me wrong, I do absolutely love sleeping in the sense that I love dreaming, and I dream a lot. My dreams are so extremely vivid. Keep eating. Very good. Keep eating. Don't mind me. I just like to ramble as I feed you. Okay, keep eating. Keep eating the food. Eat the food up. Yes, but I do enjoy sleeping because I enjoy dreaming, and typically I'll have like 2 or 3 dreams a night. Usually I wake up a couple of times a night, so usually when I fall back asleep I have a different dream. Sometimes the dream will sort of pick up where it left off, and I'll just continue to dream, sort of one seamless continuous adventure, but usually it's just different dreams. I love that I can still remember them as well when I wake up. Honestly, it does feel like a different life sometimes, like just an alternate reality, I suppose you might say. A lot of the time I find myself dreaming about friends and family, or the people I haven't seen in a long time. And it's almost nice in a way to be like reunited with people that I don't get to see that often in useless food, and they put it on the bottom of their food pyramid, as in they think it should be the largest amount of food that you eat. Grains. Let's get real here. Grain is not human food, is it? Grain is for animals to eat and process. Do you know how heavily processed grains have to be before they're even remotely edible by humans? They have to be extremely processed indeed. You can just wander into a field of wheat and start eating the wheat. You're not a mouse, are you? You aren't a mouse. You aren't some sort of rodent. Or are you? Are you a rodent? No, you're not a rodent. Okay. Well, keep eating. Of course, very good. In my opinion, I think it's good to eat lots of meat. Find a favourite one that you might have. My favourite is beef. I love beef. Cows, delicious. Absolutely delicious. People eat a lot of chicken typically. I'm not so big into chicken myself. For some reason I prefer turkey. It's a bit unusual. It is definitely like drier than chicken, but for some reason I enjoy it more than turkey. I don't know why, but it's all good, you know. All good indeed. Salmon is also very delicious. Very delicious indeed. Make sure you eat up this now. Very good. Keep eating. And also, of course, you must eat fruit and vegetables. Fruit and vegetables to be a nice, healthy, strong person. Got some trace minerals and some trace vitamins in fruits and vegetables. I didn't realize though that meat contains often more vitamins than vegetables. It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? Why did my mum tell me to eat vegetables so much when I was a child? Obviously eat a few vegetables, but they're not the nutritious powerhouse that everybody seems to say they are. Do you know what actually has the most nutrition of all foods ever? Liver. Typically organ meats are the highest in nutrition of all foods. Liver, I think, being particularly high. I only eat liver perhaps once a week, maximum really. It's got so much stuff in there, you know. I think once a week is more than enough. Eggs are amazing as well. Eggs. The yolk of an egg. Oh my goodness me. Number one, delicious. Number two, nutritious. So good. I can't believe bodybuilders sometimes throw the yolk of the egg away and they just eat the white, the protein. Absolutely stupid, isn't it? Stupid. And that's the best part. The yolk. It's the treasure of the egg. Why else is it golden? having your nutrients delivered to you intravenously, something like that. I get confused with words sometimes. My area of expertise is science, evil science, not language. Okay, unnecessary. Now then, allow me to get my gloves on so that I can further inspect that mouth of yours. Where are my gloves? Ah, yes, very good. Salivating a lot. Are you hungry? Are you excited to be fed for the first time in your life real food? I think we will begin with some soft foods though, okay? Some soft foods. Applesauce, mashed up bananas, mashed potatoes, scrambled eggs, things of that nature. Okay, soft things. I see your teeth have come in already, which is quite impressive. But you know we don't want to overstress or overburden you for your first time. Oh, I slipped again, silly me. Tongue depressor. There we go. Yes, don't want to make it your first experience eating food too difficult or unpleasant. No. Okay, so that is an excellent mouth you have there. Excellent mouth. I do just want to very quickly though actually physically feel around your mouth, your lips, your gums, your teeth, your tongue. Okay, I just want to feel them very, very carefully. Let's have a little bit of a feel, shall we? A little bit of a feel, shall we? A little bit of a feel. Okay, very firm. Very firm indeed. Which is an excellent sign. That is an excellent sign. That is a sign that they have developed well. So your growth is coming along very nicely indeed. And look at that tongue. There. So pink. Such a pink little tongue. Pink little tongue. Excellent. mouth is superb. Absolutely superb. One of the best mouths I've ever seen. One of the best mouths I've ever seen. But now we must test to see if your mouth can eat as well as other mouths. Okay, this is your first time eating, of course. So let me see. Ah, yes. Here is the meal that was prepared earlier by my lab assistants for you. It is a marvelous little mixture, an assortment of soft foods. As mentioned earlier, I do believe we have some apple sauce here, bananas, mashed potatoes, scrambled eggs, absolutely delightful little array of soft foods for you. Okay, so I will begin to feed you today. Obviously you aren't developed enough to the point where you can feed yourself yet. No. So I will feed you, okay, to begin with. So here we go. Open up nice and wide. Here comes the food. priorities on the list of priorities and jobs that we wish to accomplish. There we go, eat it. But as with any large goal, we need to focus on the small steps that get us there first. Okay, baby steps towards world domination, baby steps. It all begins with something as simple as finishing your food. And you might think to yourself, how does that make any sense? Well, if you don't eat all your food, you won't grow big and strong. You won't have the energy required to conduct world domination. How do you expect to dominate the world if you don't eat all of your breakfast? Exactly, that's exactly what I'm saying. These small steps, these small things that we do every single day, such as eat, absolutely essential for us to achieve our goals in life. Yes, very much so. So we must develop good daily routines that will help us, that will keep us physically fit, mentally sound, intellectually sound and strong too. All manner of things to consider, all manner of things. That is why, Monster, you must have a bedtime. Okay? Some people think that the bedtimes are for children. Some people think that the bedtimes are cringe and for losers. But actually, the people that do not have a bedtime are in fact the losers and the cringe ones, because it shows that they do not prioritize their health. And what happens to people who do not prioritize their health? They die. Yes, they die. Okay, yes, maybe everybody dies, although not me. Okay, I'm not going to die. I'm going to invent something to make me live forever. And probably I will share that with you, my little creature, my little ghoul. We shall live forever, and we shall rule for eternity, and we shall create ourselves a utopia, or perhaps a dystopia, however we're feeling. If we're feeling particularly evil, we shall see. But yes, as I was saying, it is absolutely essential to have a bedtime so that you get 8 hours of sleep per night, minimum. Okay, there is some sort of culture at the moment, some sort of a glamorization of hustling and grinding in order to achieve things. Okay, notably to earn money, but money is pathetic. Material things are pathetic. You must first and foremost prioritize your health, increase your strength, increase your intellectual performance, increase your skills, become an absolute Ubermensch. I believe that is what Nietzsche said. Ubermensch, Superman, essentially Superman, to become the greatest version of yourself, unfettered by morality, not held back by the silly little notion of good or evil. To go beyond good or evil exerting your will upon the world, and therefore essentially world domination. World domination. Okay. Excellent job there, my little golem, my little creature. You've done so well today. I really am so very proud of you. You're coming along nicely, superbly well. Superbly well, absolutely fantastic. Well then, I hope you enjoyed your first meal today, my little creature. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed feeding you actually. Strange that, isn't it? Perhaps I will feed you more often. Usually this is the sort of work that I would delegate to my lab assistants, but I think maybe I will feed you a little bit more myself in the future. Okay, well then, I shall be leaving you, creature, and what I would like you to do is I would like you to simply rest and to grow big and strong. Perhaps you can use that tiny little underdeveloped brain of yours to think about what we talked about today. Or perhaps not. It's not really essential. All that's really essential is that you rest and grow, and I will take care of everything else. Okay, my little creature? Okay. Good night, and sweet dreams, little creature. Sweet dreams. Hello there, my little baby. You're looking so cute today. You're looking extra cute today, I think. Extra cute. Yes, you are. I'm going to poop you on the head. Poop, poop, poop. Poop, poop, poop. Hello, baby. Hello. Poop, poop, poop. Of course, you always look very cute, though, baby. As I'm sure you know, because every time I take you out in the stroller, the ladies, they can't help themselves but come over to you and to say hello and to pinch your little baby cheeks, your cute little rosy baby cheeks. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch. They can't help themselves, the ladies. They see you and you are irresistibly cute. I can relate. It happens to me as well. Everywhere I go, I can't fend them off. You know how it is, my little baby. Okay, well, today I'm going to feed you. I'm going to feed you some delicious rice pudding. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. Rice pudding. What an absolutely delicious treat. Possibly one of the most delectable desserts in existence. I think we can both agree, can't we, baby? Can't we? Yes, we can, baby. Yes, we can. We can agree. Rice pudding. Absolutely phenomenal dessert. Top tier, at least in the A tier category, possibly even the S tier category. Okay, and I've got a lovely little wooden spoon. A lovely little wooden spoon. I like the wood ones personally because it's a little bit more natural feeling, at least. Feels nice and warm and soft and smooth. If that makes sense. Does that make sense to you, little baby? Does your little baby brain understand? Little baby brain, little baby brain, little baby brain. Does it understand what I'm trying to say when I say that the wooden spoon feels warm and smooth to touch? It feels nicer than plastic or metal. Both feel sort of cold and harsh and soulless. Okay, well, enough of that chit-chat. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. Oh my goodness. face already. You've already got some rice pudding on your face, haven't you? You messy little baby. Messy little baby. That's okay. That's okay. We keep going anyway. But yes, as I was saying, rice pudding, one of the greatest foods on earth, I think. Along with, what's it called? Ambrosia. What is that? Is that also rice pudding, or is that something slightly different? But after all, it's named ambrosia, so it must be amazing, because ambrosia, as I'm sure you're fully aware, baby, ambrosia is the food of the gods. Have a little bit more rice pudding, baby. There we go. Yes, ambrosia, the food of the gods. So therefore, it must be very good indeed, don't you think? Very good indeed. Yes. Excellent. You're doing an excellent job there of eating. Very good, baby. Very good job indeed. Okay, now I want you to eat as much of this as you can. Okay, because I need you to turn into a big, strong warrior baby for me. A big, strong warrior baby. That's right. I want you to be physically huge. I want you to be able to dominate your opponents in life. And I want you to be victorious in all things, and to achieve your dreams, and to be a happy adult. Okay? And for that very reason, I must continue to feed you this rice pudding. Absolutely essential. That I feed you the rice pudding. Absolutely essential. Okay. We're going to pick up the pace a little bit, my little baby. I need you to eat more of the pudding. I need you to eat all of the pudding. Okay, eat it all for me. Eat all of the pudding. Here we go. Oh goodness me, the pudding. It's dripping all over your face, isn't it? Dripping all over your face. That's okay. I think you like it. Don't you? You messy little thing. You like being messy. It's okay. Here we go. Here comes in the dough. I love to watch you eat. I'm not sure what it is, but everything you do is fascinating to me. I guess it's just because you have some sort of unique baby charm about you. It's like everything is a first-time experience to you. Everything is magical. There we go. Eat up. Everything is magical and amazing to you, isn't it? It's a discovery. And you must learn how to navigate the world for the first time ever. Quite remarkable to observe you. Indeed. Is that a car alarm going off outside, little baby? I think it is, isn't it? Hopefully. I think it's gone off now. Hopefully the car alarm didn't scare you, my poor little baby. I know that loud noises can disturb you, can't they? They can, yes they can. They disturb me as well, I'll be honest. I'm highly sensitive to loud noises, and I don't like it. I don't like loud, disruptive noises. Okay, which is actually, it's very difficult to live in the modern world when you dislike loud, annoying noises, because there are loud, annoying noises everywhere all the time. People simply do not know how to be quiet anymore. What happened to people being quiet, and to people being peaceful, and to people being respectful? It's gone. I tell you, little baby, the modern world, it's gone crazy. It's gone absolutely bananas. Absolutely bananas. Oh, drop some more nice pudding on your face. That's okay. Have a little more nibble. Very good. Yes. You know what? A lot of the time, little baby, I come home from work very late at night. Sometimes I work late shifts, and I will come home maybe midnight, maybe 1 a.m. If it's a particularly bad shift, maybe 3 a.m. Horrible little baby. You shall not work late night shifts. No, only the best for you, little baby. For my little baby, only the best. Like this rice pudding. Right, play it loudly as they zoom around in their little cars at 3 in the morning. Have they no respect? Have they no respect for anyone else? They do this in residential areas. Residential areas, can you believe, baby? Can you believe, baby? The absolute lack of respect on people. They just don't think about other people, and if they do, they don't care. They don't care about other people at all. They only care about themselves and their selfish little immediate desires. Small people, small-brained people. That's what I think anyway, baby. You won't be like that though, will you? No, you won't. You won't be like that, baby. I'm going to raise you to be a little respectable individual, okay? You're going to think about others, and you're going to be nice, okay? And you're going to be respectful. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, baby? That's right, yes, that's right. And if you are a good person, respectable, nice, then you shall be rewarded. You shall be rewarded with rice pudding. Okay, have a little bit more rice pudding there. Oh my goodness me, that's absolutely delicious, isn't it? Absolutely delicious. You love it, don't you? You love the rice pudding. I can tell by your happy little face. Big smile. And your big cheeks. So big and happy. Yes, very good, little baby, very good. Come on then. Let's have a little bit more, shall we? A little bit more. Very good, little bit more rice pudding for you, little baby. Excellent. Yes, I can see you now. Growing into such a large and brilliant little adult. You'll be. This rice pudding is really going to hit the spot and charge you up for optimal growth, nutritionally speaking. I can see it now, little baby. Excellent job you're doing there. Excellent job. Quite a lot of rice pudding all over your face. But you're doing very well, actually. Very proud of you, my little baby. Very proud indeed. Here we go. Brilliant little job there. Brilliant job eating that rice pudding. Well done, little one. Excellent. We'll just have a couple more spoonfuls, I think. Just a couple more spoonfuls. I think you must be getting full by now, mustn't you? You must be. Look at you. Look at the size of you. You're so small. Such a small, tiny little baby. There's no way on earth you could eat the entire bowl of rice pudding, is it? No, you couldn't eat the whole thing. If you ate the whole thing, you might explode. And I can't have an exploding baby on my hands. How would I explain myself to the authorities? They would come in to my house to respond to an emergency, and they would see an exploded baby. What on earth? What could I say to them? How could I excuse myself, my behavior? I'm sorry, officer. I fed my baby so much rice pudding that they exploded. They physically exploded. I don't think that would hold up in court. I don't think so. I think the judge and the jury would be very harsh on me. They'd be like, sir, are you an idiot? Are you a buffoon? You cannot feed your baby so much rice pudding that they explode. That is ridiculous. To jail with you. Off to jail with you, you absolute vermin. I think that's what would happen if I fed you too much rice pudding. Okay, so we're gonna have to end here, I think. One more spoonful. That's right, I think you want one more, don't you? Okay, one more spoonful. One more little spoonful. Very good. There we go. There's some rice pudding for you. You like that, then, you baby? You like that? Have some rice pudding. Plop. Have some rice pudding, little baby. I'm sorry, little baby. That was a joke. I'm gonna wipe you clean, okay? That was just a little joke. I just put some rice pudding on your face because I thought it was funny. Okay. Please forgive me, little baby. Please forgive face. What a messy affair. What a messy affair. But I guess feeding time with babies is always messy, isn't it? It's always messy. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed your little rice pudding today, baby. Hope you enjoyed the little rice pudding today, and hopefully next time we'll do something a little bit less messy, shan't we? Yes, we shall, baby. Have a good night, little baby. Have a wonderful sleep. Bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye. Hello there, my friend. I thought that today we might go out and have a lovely picnic. A lovely picnic together. Yes, indeed, in the wonderful outdoors, laying together on the grass. How lovely would that be? How lovely would that be? I think it would be absolutely fabulous. Okay, so luckily for you, I have brought a number of delicacies for you to sample. Delicacies, little delicacies. Okay, would you like to try the first one, my friend? Would you like to try the first one? I brought this little spork. It's a teeny tiny baby spork, and I thought it would suit you. Perfectly, because it's so small and cute. Just like you. You cute little thing, you. Do you like that when I tap you directly on the face with the spork? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I think it's quite relaxing, actually. Maybe it's unusual to tap somebody directly in the face with a spork, but I think it's quite relaxing. Yes, indeed. So, my friend, are you ready to try the first delicacy of today's picnic? Now, this one is actually a little bit crunchy, so you may have to have a little nibble on that. What did you think of that? Did you like that? There's plenty more where that came from. My friend. Yeah, have another one. And another one. Yes, I think you like that, don't you? I can hear you gobbling that right up. Very crunchy though, isn't it? Very crunchy. Let me give you a few pieces, sort of a rapid fire, you might say. Rapid fire for you to enjoy. Yes, here we go. How is that? Is that enough for you? Hang on, wait there, my friend. I don't know if you can see, but there's some sort of tiny little insect crawling over your face. Oh, goodness me. Let me use the spork to gently encourage him to F off. You know what I'm saying? F off, little insect. We don't want any insects on our faces, okay? Our faces are precious, aren't they? Precious little faces, and we must keep them clean at all costs. At all costs, my friend, absolutely. Okay, so I think you look clean now. I think you look quite clean. Are you ready for more food, my friend, on this delicious little picnic? Yes, very good. Don't worry, not all the food is crunchy like the first one. I have some softer food for you to sample here. Here you go, my friend. Here you go. There we go. What do you think of that food? Much softer out. The sun is out, and it is warming us on our delightful little picnic together. Our delightful little picnic. Who says that? Picnic. Obviously, it's typically pronounced picnic, but picnic. You know what I'm saying? Picnic. What is that from? That's from an old cartoon, isn't it? Yogi Bear. Is that it? Is it Yogi Bear who says that? A picnic. A picnic. Boo-boo. A picnic. Boo-boo. Let us go and have a lovely picnic. Boo-boo. Did you watch that? Did you ever see Yogi Bear when you were younger? Possibly not, possibly not. Possibly you are too young and I am too old. You know what I'm saying? That is an ancient cartoon indeed, Yogi Bear. It was about a bear, and he wore something like a hat, and maybe like a tie, or a bow tie, or like a collar or something. I can't quite remember. I cannot quite fully remember. But rest assured, my friend, that was an excellent cartoon. An excellent cartoon indeed. Indeed. Yogi Bear. I think it was about the bear, Yogi Bear, and his friend Boo Boo the bear, who was a smaller bear, and they were constantly trying to get picnics from human beings, I think, to eat the food from the picnic. I think, as I said, that is very old. That is a very long time ago. A very long time ago indeed. I wonder what other cartoons I can remember from my childhood. I think Top Cat was also an excellent cartoon that I watched when I was younger. Do you remember Top Cat? Did you ever see Top Cat, my friend? Top Cat was about, I guess, a gang of cats, and maybe Top Cat was the leader. I really don't remember. But they kept getting in trouble with a police officer, I think. I think so. Top Cat was always being cheeky little Top Cat, and sort of evading the police and causing all manner of mischief to the police. I think that's what happened. I can barely remember these. Barely remember them at all. I must have been watching these cartoons when I was like maybe 8 years old. 8 years old. And I'm 32 now. 32. I'm basically ancient. Not long now before they put me into the retirement home. You know what I'm saying? And they come around every day and give me my little pills to keep me alive. And then we play bingo. And then I eat jello. That's what happens in the old people homes, isn't it? Is that what happens? I think so. I think that's what happens in the old people homes. Well, something to look forward to. I'm trying to think about more cartoons, because obviously there must have been many, many more. I remember a racing one that I really enjoyed, and it had Dick Dastardly as one of the main characters. He was the villain. And there was Penelope Pitstop. I think Penelope Pitstop. She was like the girl, you know, the young, I guess, hot girl of the races. And there were many other races as well. And every episode was just these people racing in their funny little carts. And they were trying to beat each other in all sorts of cartoonish ways, you know what I'm saying? And Dick Dastardly was, of course, the most dastardly of all, living up to his namesake. Indeed. And he would use all manner of strange contraptions and inventions to try and beat the other races. Every race. Yes, indeed. There were loads of other characters, but those are the only two that I can actually remember. Dick Dastardly and Penelope Pitstop. That's a good name. Actually. That might be Tingly. Penelope Pitstop. Dick Dastardly. That one's a little bit more difficult to say. More difficult I've scrambled my tongue, and I've scrambled my brain, my little friend. Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying our little picnic together and our lovely little enjoyment of the sunshine? Of the sunshine, how wonderful. A little bit cloudy again today, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. And when the sun comes out, oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. It is hot. Hot, 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 hot. Wow. But you know, we can work on our tan together, can't we? Can't we? Yes, we can. We can get nice and tan. And then you know what? You know what happens after that, don't you? Everybody gonna be checking us out. They gonna be checking us out. They gonna be like, God damn, look at those tanned individuals over there. They look kinda. They look kinda. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can tell. I can tell by the look in your eyes. By the look in your eyes. You know exactly what I'm saying, don't you? Yes, you do. You don't mind when I tap you on the face, do you? Maybe this might make like a nice stroking device. You know, stroking your face. Okay, stroking your face. I think it might be nice and relaxing. Do you think so? What about that? What about that? Let us try from the other side. What is that like then? Is that nice, my friend? Is it nice when I use the spork to brush your face? Brushing your face with a spork. Is that... Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Sorry, my friend. I think that was a little bit of a sharp noise. We don't like sharp noises, do we? No, we do not. No, we do not. Let me just gently spork you. Okay. Gently, gently, gently does it. Gently, gently, gently does it. What did you think about that? Was that nice? Was it soothing? Soothing? Calming? Calming? Maybe tingly, tingly, tingly. Tingly, 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 tingly. Maybe tingly. I'm not sure. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes we just experiment, don't we? How will we discover new and amazing things if we do not experiment? Are you ready for some more food? Here you go. There you go. Have that, my friend. Have that, my friend. Can you hear that? Can you hear that in the background? I think you probably can. That's the sound of construction. Construction. I loathe construction. The sounds of it anyway. It's ever so loud and unwelcome and unpleasant. But you know what? Sometimes things need to be done. Sometimes things simply need to be done. You know, we can't have the lives that we have now without a little bit of noisy construction every now and then. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? These people are doing very important jobs, very difficult and important jobs. So I think it would be good if we were appreciative to them. Yes, yes indeed, yes indeed, yes indeed. Even though it is a little bit noisy, isn't it? A little bit noisy. But you know, peace and quiet seems to be in such short supply these days. Almost impossible sometimes to find moments of peace and quiet, peace and quiet, peace and quiet. It's suddenly very windy, my friend. Suddenly very windy indeed. Oh goodness me. Oh goodness me. Can you hear that? Can you hear the wind? Don't worry, I'm just stroking your ears with the spork right now. I'm kind of combing your ears with the spork because your ears are quite hairy. Your ears are quite hairy. and I'm just gently combing through your hairy ears with the spork. That's normal, isn't it? That's a normal thing to do. That's a normal thing indeed. Hopefully the hairiness of your ears is negating all the sounds produced by the wind. All the sounds produced by the wind. You know what I'm saying? You know what? You might think that hairy ears are undesirable. You might think that hairy ears are kind of gross. But I must say, my little friend, when I look at your hairy ears, they actually look kind of cute. They are very hairy though. They're actually fluffy. I would go so far as to describe them. Fluffy. Why are fluffy things cute? Why is that a thing? Doesn't really serve any sort of evolutionary purpose, does it? Why would we see a fluffy animal and think that it is cute? Because, you know, we kind of need to eat animals, don't we? Kind of. I think so. You know, I didn't eat any animals for, I think, 7 years total. 7 years total. And I lost a lot of weight. And my health was not very good. Not very good by the end of it. So I do think that it is necessary, unfortunately, to eat animals. That was my conclusion. Perhaps I'm wrong, though. Perhaps I'm wrong. And perhaps I could even do the experiment again. I could begin another 7-year-long experiment. And we could see if this time it would go better than the first. I am more knowledgeable now. More knowledgeable. Look at the size of this head. Look at the size of it. Look at the absolute size of my head. It's freaking gigantic. Freaking gigantic. You know what that means, don't you? That means that I'm actually so intelligent. I'm so super intelligent. Because inside this big head of mine is a big brain. A big brain. Big brainium in my big cranium. You know what I'm saying, my friend? You know what I'm saying? You don't have that problem. You don't have that problem. You have a small little cranium, don't you? Small little head, small little cranium, which means that you have a small little brain. Small little brain. You are unburdened by the painful weight of thoughts. I wish I was like that. I wish I was like that, my friend. It is, in my opinion, very clear that there is an inverse correlation between intelligence and happiness. Sometimes intelligence feels like a disability. It prevents you sometimes from taking action because you overthink things, don't you? One moment, my friend, you have a little bit of stuff on your face here. Let me just try and clean your face a little bit there. Is that better? Is that better? I think it's a little bit better, isn't it? A little bit better. But yes, as I was saying, I think that once you reach a certain threshold of intelligence, it actually begins to be a hindrance in certain things, like navigating this world and society, this human construct. Because you begin to overthink, you begin to worry, to experience anxiety, to not take action because of what? What if this happens? What if that happens? It is possible that this may happen. Whereas people who are unburdened with intelligence, they simply take action. And I think maybe 9 times out of 10 the action, it goes well. It goes well and they're successful. I think perhaps it is more important simply to take action regardless of what may happen. Because there is quite a good chance that good things will happen. You may achieve the exact that the key to success, even for intelligent people, is to turn off brain and simply do stuff. And later, afterwards, then, that is the time to analyze. That is the time to analyze. You can analyze whether or not something worked, what didn't work, and then you can take corrective measures. And the next time you take action, you can change how you do things to be more successful. That's what I think. But I'm a loser. I'm an unsuccessful loser. So, why on earth would you listen to me about success? Do I look successful to you? Does that look like the face of somebody who is successful? No. You should find somebody who looks successful to take advice from about success. You know what I'm saying? How are you enjoying the picnic, my friend? How are you enjoying the picnic? It's getting quite cloudy now, and it's even getting a little bit windy. I might even go so far as to say that some of these clouds look threatening. They look grey, and heavy, saturated with moisture. I think it might even rain soon. Maybe just a little shower. That's no good, is it, my friend? That's no good at all. I think you know what this means. Unfortunately, my friend, it is time. It is time to say goodbye to each other and to this wonderful little picnic. This picnic. We had a lovely little picnic together, didn't we? Yes, we did. And, maybe we can have another picnic together in the future, or maybe we can do something else together in the future. I would like that. Very much, my friend. Okay. Before it starts to rain, and before we both get soaking wet, I think I'm going to pack up this little picnic and head off. I'll see you again for another lovely little adventure outdoors, or some sort of tingly happenstance. You know what I'm saying, my friend? You know what I'm saying. Goodbye. Take care. I'll see you again. Bye-bye, my friend. Bye-bye, my friend. Hello there, my little amoeba creature. It is me, Evil Dr. Jones, your creator. How are you doing today, my little amoeba? You can't speak yet, can you? No. Silly me. Why did I expect an answer from you when you lack even the ability to speak yet? Maybe I'm an idiot after all. Maybe my supreme genius and my supreme intellect is not quite as supreme as I thought. Although I think more likely the situation is that I am simply mad, simply losing my marbles. And how could I not lose my marbles, being a person of such supreme intellect in this world of mundanity and stupidity? Have you interacted with the average person? They're mouth breathers. That's all they do. Most of their time it's spent breathing through the mouth. Don't they realize that breathing through the nasal cavity is much superior to breathing through the mouth? I would even go so far as to say it is necessary. The hairs in your nose, in your nostrils, they capture all of the nasty little things in the air that we do not want to get into our system. It's a filtration system. And if you breathe through your mouth, then you bypass ventilation system entirely, and all sorts of nasty pollution and debris and things enter your body, enter your bloodstream, and they end up in God knows where, inside your organs, maybe, inside your organs. It's crazy, my little amoeba, crazy, my little amoeba creature, and that's not even to mention the aesthetic ramifications of breathing through your mouth as opposed to breathing through your nose. Don't you realize why most of the people today look like strange creatures, strange goblin-like creatures? It's because they breathe through their mouth predominantly and not through their nose. So they end up with recessed chins, poorly developed jaws, and they look scarcely human at all. Scarcely human at all. No. I'm sorry, my little amoeba. What am I doing? What am I saying? Rambling like an absolute fool, like an absolute idiot. I guess I am just as bad as the mouth-breathing masses after all. I am a buffoon, an idiot. Anyway, my little amoeba creature, let me get some gloves on so that I might begin today's inspection of you. See zero movement, zero wriggling. No wriggling, no wriggling, no wriggling. This is an important inspection. This is an important inspection. Okay, important. Indeed, important. Need to make sure that you're growing nicely, that there's no unusual genetic mutations occurring. I can't have some sort of mutant, a freak on my hands here. No. I must be very proactive in my inspections and my examinations of you, so that if I do spot an abnormality, we can correct it at once through surgical or some other means. We can perhaps correct the course of its growth, perhaps nutritionally, perhaps environmentally. Surgery is of course not the only option, my little amoeba, not the only option at all. Let me get a light, amoeba. Yes, that's much better. I can see a little bit more. What I'm looking at, that is fantastic. Now, my little amoeba, today I am going to be feeding you. Okay, one of the most important aspects of growth is nutrition. Of course. This is basic biology. The hard part in creating life is the initial spark of life, which we have already done with you, my little amoeba. The hard part is done. The most important thing now is to provide you with the perfect environment and the perfect nutrition for growth, for optimal growth, so that you might become a mighty little creature, and a companion for my golem. a simple single-celled organism to conduct evil. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Okay. My little amoeba. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing, baby. I like it. It looks like you're coming along quite nicely in terms of growth. Now, I'm going to give you more of the special solution that I gave you last time, my little amoeba. And this is going to help you grow. I've actually made a modification to the solution. I've included digestive enzymes so that now, paired with food, this solution will increase the absorption of nutrition from the food. Those digestive enzymes, they're going to help you break it down and fully utilize it. Are you ready, my little amoeba? Are you ready? Plop, 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 plop. Oh, there we go. I think that is more than sufficient, don't you, my little amoeba? You are, after all, very small, very tiny little amoeba creature, You don't need a great deal, do you? No. But now, I'm going to feed you, my little amoeba creature. I'm going to put nutritious little meal inside that tiny little cell of yours. Okay, and you're going to gobble it up, gobble, and you're going to utilize it for growth. You're going to get absolutely massive. You're going to cultivate so much mass that everybody's going to be jealous. They're all going to be admiring. They're going to be admiring you. You don't understand yet, amoeba, but you will. Now then, my little amoeba, I'm going to spoon feed you. My little amoeba. Are you ready for your first mouthful? Here you go, little amoeba. Here you go. Here it comes. Here comes the plane. Yes, my little amoeba. Yes. Consume the food. Consume it. Utilize it. Grow big and strong and mighty. Yes, my little amoeba. Grow big and strong and mighty indeed. Have some more. There you go, my little amoeba. Very good indeed. Now then, my little amoeba, I must share with you some thoughts from my brain whilst I feed you. Okay. There's some more food. There is some more food for you, my little amoeba. Now then, my little amoeba, I have been thinking to myself recently, questioning the ethics of creating life. There's some more food for you, my little amoeba. There's some more food for you. You don't understand, amoeba. You don't understand what it is like to be a scientist and to be a human. There you go, my little amoeba. When you are first creating life for the first time ever, you never stop to think about whether or not you should be doing it. You simply itself. Because what greater thing is there, what greater endeavor is there for mankind than to create life, to create life itself? God created life. God created life. So if I, a human, create life, am I not God? Am I not like God? God-like? So you can see why the process consumes you mentally, consumes you in every way, so that you never even stop to think for a moment about whether or not you should be doing it. You only think about whether you can do it. The process consumes you day and night, so that you think of nothing else, so that you do nothing else, so that you become so utterly absorbed in your work and in the machinations of it all that you forget even to take care of your basic physical needs. You forget to feed yourself, you forget to sleep. You become consumed by the process of consuming life, creating life rather, creating, not consuming, creating. You are consuming. That's what you're doing, my little amoeba. You're consuming right now, consuming some delicious, nutritious food. But, my little amoeba, you aren't the first creature that I have created. No. And so this time, I am not quite as frenzied with the process itself. I am not so utterly consumed about whether or not I simply can create life, because I know that I can. I've already done it. I know that I am capable of creating life. I know that I am godlike. I know that I am God. And with that knowledge, I no longer feel the all-consuming frenzy that I first felt when I was creating life initially, for the first time ever. This time, I find myself thinking more about whether or not I should create life, whether or not I should or should not create life. My little creature, have you heard of the works of Schopenhauer? Schopenhauer? Probably not, actually. You are a single-celled amoeba after all. Allow me, amoeba, to give you a very, very, very brief and rudimentary explanation as to Schopenhauer's beliefs. Schopenhauer believed that the default state of life is suffering. And to give you an example of this, a very, very primitive and easy to understand example, I would imagine yourself in a survival situation, a very primitive situation indeed. If you do nothing, you will experience thirst, you will experience hunger, you will experience cold, tiredness, you will suffer. If you do nothing, you suffer. You need to exert energy and willpower in order to alleviate these sufferings that you experience. You need to find water to quench your thirst. You need to find food to quench your hunger. You need to build shelter to ensure your safety and your warmth, to be able to sleep, to get rid of all the aspects of suffering that is inevitable with being alive. And once you cover your basic needs, then you find yourself wanting and needing more. Constantly. This is simply the way of things. You will never be satisfied. It's the condition, the human condition, or the condition of all life. Maybe. Well, if we are to accept that the default state of life is suffering, and that the negative state of life is happiness, contentment, enjoyment, because you have to alleviate suffering, you have to exert energy and will to stop suffering temporarily, to experience happiness and contentment, until eventually are to accept that that is the state of life, the default state of life, is life good? Is it good to be alive? If you are simply destined to suffer, of course the ultimate end of life is dying. It's dying. Okay, I know we don't like to think about it, Amoeba, but it is. And that is a double-edged sword, because it is, of course, it's going to be unpleasant to end being alive, to forget all memories, for everything to fade away, but also it is the end of suffering. It is alleviation of suffering at the highest form. To die, it is possibly blissful. Possibly blissful. You will never again experience suffering at the end of life. So it is a double-edged sword, both good and bad. But what I posit, what I think about, is if being alive is suffering, if life is suffering, is life good? Why is it a good thing that life exists? Why is it a good thing that there is consciousness in the universe? Would it not be better for the universe to be devoid of all consciousness, to be just a barren place of rocks and planets and other celestial things? Of course, without consciousness, without conscious life, you wouldn't be able to experience these things. And would these things even exist as a result of that? That is another philosophical thing to think about, whether something exists if it is not experienced or observed. And a lot of people believe that that is what God is, that is what life is. It's God trying to experience himself or itself, whatever. The phenomenon of life trying to experience itself. Because if you don't experience itself, does it exist? Does it exist? Does it really exist if you can't experience it? If you can't see it, smell it, taste it, interact with it, how can you experience it? But my little amoeba, I wonder if creating life, forcing life into existence, is forcing a being to suffer, to experience suffering, because life is suffering. Can you see my train of thought here, my little amoeba? It's not quite fully developed yet, But I do wonder if it is ethically a bad thing to create life, to bring life into this world, because you are subjecting something to suffering where previously it would have been in a simple, blissful state of non-existence. It would not have experienced suffering. Of course, that is a rather pessimistic way of looking at it, because that is focusing on the negative. If you didn't bring something to life, then it would also not experience the good aspects of life, the wonderful aspects, loving people, loving things, simple pleasures of life, music, dancing, whatever it might be, whatever, curiosity, intellect, exploring things, experiencing things, listening to things, all wonderful experience, tasting food, just like this. You see, it's all quite wonderful. There are wonderful, beautiful aspects of life, magical aspects. But I do wonder, does the good outweigh the bad, or does the bad outweigh the good? And if the bad does outweigh the good, is it morally correct to bring life into existence? Or is it in fact evil? Is creating life the greatest evil that you can do? That is madness, don't you think? Don't you think that is madness? If we are to accept that as true, then we inevitably will go extinct, because it would be our duty to go extinct, to end suffering. And you could take it even further. You could consider it your duty to eradicate all conscious life from the universe, to end all animal suffering. And that is madness. That is absolute madness, no? That's why exploring these trains of thought can often be dangerous. That's why some people discourage thinking and reading and looking at certain ideas, exploring certain ideas, because it can lead to extremism. Isn't that correct? Much better, I think, to simply switch off your brain and watch Netflix and eat donuts. That's what I think. That's what I think, my little amoeba. One day, you shall know the vast pleasure of switching off your brain and watching Netflix and eating donuts. The vast pleasure. Silly me, my little amoeba, silly me. I'm just trying to explain my thoughts to you and my thought processes. Sometimes I drive myself crazy thinking about these things. I drive myself mad. Sometimes I wonder how it's even possible to not go insane. How is it possible to not go utterly and completely insane? By switching off the brain, I think that's what it is. I think sometimes thinking is bad. Sometimes thinking is bad. Overthinking. Maybe just stop thinking and start doing. Start experiencing. Start living life a little bit. Even if it's simple things. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the ride whilst it lasts. Make the most out of it. And we'll see. Maybe there is something beyond this world. Maybe there is something after this life. It's quite possible. It's quite possible. Maybe that should be one of my next experiments. To determine what is beyond this life. What is beyond this realm of existence. Yes. That is a noble cause. A worthy expenditure of my time. Yes, my little amoeba creature. That is it, isn't it? That is it, my little amoeba creature. Thank you for listening to me today, my little amoeba. You've been absolutely fantastic. What a wonderful listener you are. What a wonderful listener. I think I've finished feeding you as well. You are, after all, just a single-celled amoeba. You don't need that much nutrition or food, do you? No. And with the help of that growth solution that I gave you earlier, I have no doubt that you will grow absolutely massive, absolutely massive. Okay. Now then, my little amoeba, don't let my little thoughts worry you or your mind, because I want to assure you that I will be taking care of you completely and utterly. I am your creator, and I take full responsibility for you and for your life, my little amoeba, and I am going to bring joy into your life. I am going to bring peace and security, happiness, contentment. I am going to absolutely fill your life, my little amoeba, with all the joys and the wondrous and magical things that being alive entails. So, my little amoeba, you have a lot to look forward to, and I would like you to sleep peacefully now and have pleasant dreams about all the adventures and the things, the possibilities that the future holds. So take care, my little amoeba, and I will see you again soon. I love you very much, my little amoeba. Good night. Good night, amoeba. Oh, hello there. You've regained consciousness. Do you remember Yes, here we are. This is going to be quite bright, okay? I am just going to also hold your eye open, okay? Hold your eyelid open. And I'm just making some very close observations. Very close observations. I'm sorry, I know this is very bright, isn't it? It's very bright, isn't it? I know. It's not going to last long though, okay? Don't worry. It's not going to last long. Okay, let me take a look at the other eye as well. Let me take a look at the other eye as well, okay? Just a little bit more. Do you remember passing out? What is the last thing you remember? Okay. And you remember your name? Good. Do you know what day it is? Do you know what year it is? Okay, you know what? Everything is functioning absolutely fine. There is no problem with your brain, okay? Your reflexes, your eyes, it's all working phenomenally well. You know what I think has happened here? Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you ate some food? You don't remember. I think that is precisely the problem. I think you've passed out from low blood sugar. Yes, indeed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little glucose solution to begin with. use a sock to dry your face after squirting all over your face. Wait a minute, what did I just say? No. I was talking about the glucose solution. I got the glucose solution all over your face, and now I'm trying to clean you up with a professional medical cloth, a sterile medical cloth, not a sock. Absolutely not a sock. Okay. Sleepy, okay, sleepy. I got a bit clumsy applying the glucose solution there. But listen to me. How do you feel now? You feel better, don't you? Exactly, you feel an instant surge, don't you? Energy and vitality. Exactly, that is exactly what somebody who has low blood sugar feels when they get a little bit of the glucose solution applied to them. The glucose solution is specifically designed to enter the bloodstream rapidly. Now usually we don't want that. But in your case we need a little bit of glucose in there ASAP, Rocky. Okay, now I am going to feed you a special little bit of food, basically a meal, okay, but it's specifically designed to stabilize your blood sugar levels, okay, but we'll do that in a minute. Just let me have a couple of other small close observations before we begin the feeding, okay, just to make certain that you're A-okay, because I care about you, I care about you and your well-being, not just as a doctor anymore. We've had quite a few appointments together now, and I think, dare I say, we've developed a little bit of a bond. Do you think so? Is that a one-way feeling, or is it a mutual? You think it's mutual? Oh, that's ever so flattering. Thank you. Let me get my magnifying glass. I want to make a few close observations of you, okay? 1 second. Okay, I'm just going to take a little look, okay? A little look in a few different places. Don't mind me, don't worry, you can do whatever you want, you don't need to stay perfectly still, but it does help me though, obviously it does help me a little bit if you could stay still, but don't stress about it though, you know what I'm saying, don't stress about it. I think that might be the #1 killer in life. Stress. Or certainly the #1 aspect of life that ages, you know what I'm saying, I think it is so flipping important to reduce stress as far as possible. saying that's what you are, though. No. Don't get confused, my friend. I'm not saying that you're a problem or an a-hole. No. You're a delightful little creature, aren't you? Yes, indeed. Delightful little person. I've only known you for a short period of time, but in that time I've enjoyed our time together. And yes, I would classify you as a delightful individual. Very positive to be around. You enrich my life. No doubt you enrich the lives of everyone that you come into contact with. So you are not the type of person that I'm talking about here. No. Don't worry, you little head. Okay. After my observations, I do believe that you are actually totally and utterly fine. You're in tip-top health. It really is just this blood sugar problem, okay? From you basically forgetting to eat. You silly little sausage. How could you forget to eat? I do it sometimes as well, you know. I have actually, now that I think about it, I haven't eaten yet today. I'm doing exactly what you've just done. Silly me. So I am the silly little sausage after all. I'm the silly little sausage. Oh well, let me get some of the specially prepared medical meal, and I'm going to feed you it, okay? I'm going to feed you the medical meal. 1 second, let me get it ready. Are you ready? Are you ready for your little medical meal? Yes, I'm going to feed you. Yes indeed, I'm going to feed you. Okay. Open up wide. Here comes the choo-choo train. Here comes the choo-choo train. There we go. Eat that food. And tell me what you think about it. Tastes a bit bland. It tastes a bit bland. Wow. Okay. Ungrateful much. to stress out about, though, of course. As I was saying, your body is an absolute miracle. An absolute miracle. All these organs in your body, they are working without you even thinking about it. They're hard at work right now. And they're taking all the nasty stuff out of the food that you consume, and then they're getting rid of it, they're getting rid of it, and then they're keeping the useful bits, the good bits. Yes, indeed. Obviously, the processed food, it has more rubbish in it, more rubbish for your organs to get rid of and to clean out, you know what I'm saying? When compared to whole food, it has some, obviously, in the modern context, modern life, we spray our fruits and vegetables with pesticides. The human body needs to get rid of those, the liver and the kidneys. So that's one thing, that it's detoxifying from whole foods. But also there are innate plant defense chemicals within plant foods, These are things that plants have to, deter insects and animals from eating them. Because plants, they don't want to be eaten. And these plant defense chemicals, they need to be removed from the body. And they are removed by the liver, the kidneys, and the other organs as well. It's all symbiotic, the relationship of the organs in the body. They all work together. But these very defense chemicals in the plants that need to be removed, that in too vast quantities would be considered toxic, they actually have good properties in process that requires quite a lot of energy, though it is difficult for the human body to do that, which is why it prefers to break down forms of glucose, fructose, starches, things like that. It's much easier for the human body to break that down into glucose, to utilize that as fuel. And obviously, the body wishes to do what is most efficient and what is easiest. And there is, of course, another fuel source that the body can run on. Fat. Yes, indeed. But this is not the preferred fuel source. This is like the secondary backup fuel source for when the body simply cannot produce enough glucose. If you aren't consuming enough glucose, it's sort of like survival, really. Let's say you were in a survival situation and the only food you were able to eat was fatty meat, fatty animals, perhaps you were in a winter environment and there's no plant foods available. While your body can run on the fat, eventually it takes a little while, it takes maybe a few days, maybe a week or so, but your body will start to run on ketones. I believe that's what it's called, ketones, and that is why it is called the keto diet, because you run on ketones from the fat. Indeed. Now some people will say that this, sorry, I thought there was something going on this there, but there's nothing, it's okay, all okay. Some people will say that running on ketones, that the keto diet is optimal. I personally do not believe this. These people may even go so far as to say that sugar is an addictive substance, that we should not be consuming at all, that we're addicted to it, that it's like a drug. I do not believe that to be true. Yes, I understand where they're coming from in terms of craving things like donuts, sugary sweets, sugary drinks in particular. I personally love sugary fizzy drinks, Coca-Cola, Sprite, Fanta, Tango, delicious Dr. Pepper, I love them, but I try not to have them, try my best not to, because those are bad, there's far too much glucose, no fiber, nothing, no nutrients, nothing real value there, empty calories, you could call them empty calories, because you're just getting the calories with no real nutrition, it's just pure fuel. But again, that pure fuel is being absorbed too quickly, too rapidly. Maybe a small amount here and there, perhaps especially if you're exercising, would be okay, because you're going to burn through that fuel quite rapidly when you're exercising, aren't you? Yes, indeed, you're going to burn through it. Although, do not overestimate how many calories you burn through whilst exercising, my friend. Few people, they don't realize that you can go on a run for an hour and you can burn off only like 100 to 200 calories. That's basically a packet of crisps. That's like one packet of crisps. You know what I'm saying? It's like one sugary drink. You gotta run for 1 hour to burn that off. That's no good. If you're trying to lose weight, diet is 80 to 90% of it. Unfortunately, or fortunately, maybe you hate exercise, and that's good news for you. But it requires a little bit of discipline. To lose weight, because you even need to eat less calories total. Basically, you need to do that regardless, but the hard thing is giving up the addictive foods, isn't it? Those delicious foods that you love, the donuts and the Coca-Colas, even like sauces sometimes, mayonnaise, that, wow, it tastes good, but it is fattening, the calories in mayonnaise, oh my lord, that's actually a good trick if you're trying to gain weight, which that has been a problem that I have had in the past. I've been underweight, struggling to gain as I said earlier, the human body, it's a miracle. It is an absolute miracle and capable of so much. You can really abuse your human body and it can honestly be totally and utterly fine. I wouldn't recommend doing it intentionally though, because you're pushing the limits. Just try your best, my friend. Try your best, that's all any of us can do. Try your best to be sensible. Maybe eat healthy food the majority of the time. Drink plenty of water, you know what it's like. Keep hydrated. You know all this, my friend, I don't need to tell you. But obviously, earlier on, you passed out, didn't you? What? I can't poke your face. It's fun. It's fun. You don't like that. You do like that. You do like it. See, it has some sort of relaxing quality to it, don't you think? Don't you think? I broke the rhythm there, I made it imperfect. Silly me. But as I was saying, you passed out earlier, didn't you? Because you forgot to eat. You silly little sausage. Try and remember to eat. My friend. Try and prioritize taking care of yourself. You know, in this crazy world, sometimes people don't seem to care about you, do they? Sometimes. I think especially in work, you know, corporations, companies, managers, they don't give a flip. They don't give a flip about you. And you have to look after yourself. You have to look after yourself. Sometimes you have to say, no. You know what? No. I'm not doing any work for the next 30 minutes. I'm going to sit down on my butt. I'm going to eat a delicious, healthy little meal. And I'm going to rest. And you know what? Manager, company, if you've got a problem with that, you can shove your problem where the sun don't shine. You can go and flip yourself. You can go and spin on it, crazy style. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to have that attitude. Sometimes you have to look after yourself. Because sometimes, unfortunately, nobody else will. You are your own number one fan, friend, caretaker. You know, you look after yourself. You ensure your own survival and safety. You are your number one. Rely on yourself above all others. That would be my advice to you, my friend. That would be my advice to you. Now listen, I do believe that you have consumed enough of this medical meal. You should notice your blood levels, your blood sugar levels. That's what I wanted to say. My brain stopped working for just a moment. You should notice your blood sugar levels stabilizing, and now with this meal they should remain stable for hours and hours and hours. Okay, so you should feel much better. Do you feel much better? Good. I love to hear that. You know that I care about you. Of course I care about you and want the best for you. So, my little friend, remember to take care of yourself. Absolutely essential in this world. Absolutely essential to take care of yourself. And perhaps I will see you again in the future. I think so. Take care. And I'll see you again. Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye. Oh, you're waking up. Very good, very good. Do you know where you are? Do you know who I am? I'm the club doctor. And yes, you're in the club. You passed out. I think perhaps you've been partying a little bit too hard, you know. yourself. You need to look after yourself. You're not a spring chicken anymore, you know. That's right, that's right. You can't go crazy on it every single night. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Listen, I'm going to listen to your heartbeat, okay? I'm going to check that you're A-OK. Give me 2 seconds. Now, this stethoscope, it might feel a little bit cold, okay? It might feel a little bit cold, but just stay still there. You know what? You know what? I'm actually very impressed with that heartbeat. That is a strong and rhythmic heartbeat if I ever heard one. Yes, yes, yes. Let me just look into your eyes as well with a light, okay? Now, tell me if this is uncomfortable or hurts or makes you feel, dazed and confused. I am going to be shining the light in and out of your eyes quite closely, and it's going to be very bright indeed. Very bright indeed. But it is absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessito. You know what I'm saying? I'm checking to make sure that your pupils are reacting to the light in the correct manner and at the correct speed as well. Because after you've passed out, there's a possibility that things might not be working correctly, That's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to ascertain whether or not things are working correctly, okay? Just hang in there, you're doing very, very well indeed. You're doing very, very well indeed. Excellent job. Excellent job. Your pupils look pretty good to me upon initial reflexes, of course. Of course, that's what I'm doing, testing your reflexes. This is very scientific, very medical, don't you know? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is actually one of the more advanced medical techniques. They don't teach you this in medical school. No. No. You learn this from the school of life, from the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, you look more than ready for your meal now. Okay, so let's just get a little bit here. Open up wide. Here comes the choo-choo train. Here comes the choo-choo train. There we go. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? That's a delicious little meal that's been prepared in the club microwave. Aren't you lucky? You lucky little puppy. Have another bite, go on. Have another bite. Now, this should help you to feel much, much better. Keep eating. Keep eating. I think you will need quite a few spoonfuls in order to stabilize your blood sugar levels. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think you've been neglecting yourself, haven't you, my friend? Yes, you have. Yes, you have, haven't you? You naughty little puppy. Naughty little puppy. You can't just party all the time, 24/7, you know. You simply cannot do it. Perhaps you can get away with it, you know, when you're 18 or something like that. I remember, I used to go out partying like 5 nights a week, I would say, was the average. I did that for years, absolutely years, going out drinking until 3 a.m. 3 a.m., can you believe it? And then going back to my little dorm and sleeping for like 3 hours possibly, and then getting up and going to either work or to lectures in university. And somehow I was able to function. I was still able to function despite only having a few hours sleep and despite being horrifically hungover and having God knows how much alcohol in my system. But that is what it is, you know, when you're young, when your body is working in tip-top condition. You know, obviously though, as we get older, we can't be abusing ourselves like that anymore, can we? No. We can still party, but come on now, 5 nights a week, that's excessive. That is an excessive amount of partying. Honestly, even when you're young, I think that is an excessive amount of partying. But for me, it was one of those things that I simply had to get it out of my system. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I pretty much don't go partying at all because I find it boring. You know, I've been there, done that. There's other things I would much rather be doing now than partying. You obviously haven't gone through that phase yet, have you? You haven't gotten it out of your system. That's why you're here in the club, partying until you pass out like an absolute party animal. Naughty you. Naughty party animal. Naughty party animal. Stop it. Stop partying so much and take better care of your health. Okay. Good. I'm glad that thrive exclusively on beer, is it? You think beer is a nutritionally whole drink or food or whatever? No. Don't be so silly, don't be so silly. Well, I can see you're already starting to feel a little bit better, aren't you? If you're being cheeky like that to me, you're being cheeky again, aren't you? Back to your usual cheeky self. That's actually a good sign. That is actually a good sign indeed. You know what? You be your cheeky little self. That's okay. But keep eating though, okay? Keep eating. I want you to finish this whole meal, okay? I want you to finish the whole meal. And this will make you feel much better, I'm certain. Then I will feel comfortable letting you go, letting you carry on about your day. You'd better not go straight back to partying though, okay? I want you to go home and have a nice proper sleep. You will feel so much better then. You're going to feel as fresh as a daisy in the morning. Oh yes indeed, fresh as a daisy, my friend. That feeling of having a gigantic sleep after absolutely wrecking your body with some activity. There is nothing better than that sleep. Sometimes it hits 10, 11, 12 hours of sleep, when you've really exhausted yourself. In your case, it's partying too hard, but in my case, it's usually working, I have to work these shifts here in the club as the club doctor. That's what I'm talking about, of course. But sometimes I have to work some very late and some very long shifts indeed. And I have to deal with some absolute rapscallions, some absolute reprobates. Not talking about you, of course. Oh, no. You're a sweet little thing. You're an angel, really. Even though sometimes you're a little bit cheeky, or sometimes you're a little bit silly, partying too hard, getting up to just a little bit of mischief. That's okay. What I'm talking about is the genuinely rude and disrespectful people, and the people that act unusual, very, very unusual. The other day I had to go and deliver something to somebody in the club, and I was immediately met with hostility, and I don't understand it. I didn't understand it at all. I assumed that they just had a bad day, and they were taking it out on me personally. I don't get it honestly. When I have a bad day, I don't take it out on other people. No, because I have a little bit of self-control. And also I don't want to make the other person feel bad. But I suppose some people out there, they simply have no compassion or empathy. They're just selfish, aren't they? Selfish little creatures. No good at all. You know what I want to do to such people, to such selfish little creatures? I want to give them a little bonk on the head. That's right, bonk on the head. Just like that. Bonk, bonk, bonk. 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 That's what I want to do. Much harder though. I wouldn't bonk you on the head like that, no. Oh, of course not. That was just an example. Obviously, I don't actually bonk them on the head though. No. I just ignore their bad attitude basically and wait until they get their sorry ass out of my life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all you can do. Sometimes that is all you can do. You've just got to wait for these selfish, rude little people to leave your life. Go on. Go away, you selfish, rude little creature. And carry on with your selfish, rude little life. Sometimes I wonder what it is like to be them. Are they that way 24/7? Are they just a grisly, grumpy little creature 24/7? spread negativity. I can't imagine such a life. I can't imagine being such a creature. How could they live with themselves? Perhaps that's extreme, but surely they're unhappy with themselves. And if they are unhappy with themselves, why don't they simply change their behavior? I don't understand. Listen, I'm a medical professional, yes, but I'm not a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? A psychologist. No. The human brain and how it works. It is a mystery to me. A great mystery indeed. How are you feeling now, my friend? You look a little bit better. You do. You've got a little bit of color to your cheeks. Those cute, kind of chubby little cheeks, if I dare say so myself. They're a little bit chubby. They're a little bit cute. And now they're looking rosy too. You've got the color coming back to your cheeks. That's a good sign. That is a good sign indeed, my friend. I do believe that you're actually very healthy. Very healthy indeed. Are you enjoying your microwave meal? Oh yes, you know this microwave meal. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. And you just know that it is packed full of sodium, baby. I love me some excessive sodium. Not the best, not the best. Maybe don't eat excessive sodium every single day of your life. But come on, every now and then it's okay, isn't it? Yes, every now and then it is okay. Oh, you know what, my friend? Recently, for the first time ever, I got a smartphone. Yes, I know what you're thinking. You haven't got a smartphone until now. Until 2026. What? Are you crazy? You're crazy. You must be the last person on earth to have gotten a smartphone. And yes, I probably am. The last person on earth. I was avoiding it intentionally all this time, because I thought that's probably just going to stress me out. A smartphone stress me out. And you know what? I was absolutely correct. The smartphone, all it does is ping every 5 minutes with notifications. God knows what, God knows if they're important or not. Most of the time not, of course. Most of the time it's work-related pinging me with their incessant poor communication. But yes, most of the time now I just turn my notifications off. I turn it off, so it's actually harder to contact me now that I have a smartphone than before when I didn't have one. Isn't that a peculiar oxymoron? Is that what that is? An oxymoron? I'm not entirely sure I remember what an oxymoron is. I might be an oxymoron. Maybe. It's funny, with the smartphone, we have group chats in work, and all the people in work, they're constantly typing things, constantly leaving messages in the group chat. And, well, I must say, where I work, most people, they don't speak English. English is like their second language, so maybe that is why. But the communication is absolutely shocking and appalling in the group chat. It doesn't make any sense. I'm reading the messages and I'm like, what the heck? Why can't these people convey simple information? But maybe it is, like I said, maybe it's because English is their second language. So, but it is a phone though, you know what I'm saying? Can't you just translate from your language into English? I don't know what it's like, do I? No, crazy little world. This crazy little world. Let's just all do our best, and maybe we could practice a little bit of patience with one another as well, a little bit of empathy and understanding and patience, I think that is the best approach to life. Don't you, my friend? Don't you? Yes, I think so. Well, I must say, my friend, you look so much better now than when I first found you. Are you feeling better? Oh, that is wonderful news. Wonderful news indeed. You feel much better now. Do you think you're ready to go home? No, you can't stay in the club. No. Naughty. No staying in the club and partying. You must go home at once. I simply demand it. I demand that you go home and you get into bed and you have a lovely little sleep, okay? Okay. Good. I'm glad that we're at an agreement there. Well, my friend, I hope you enjoyed your little microwave meal. You're looking much better now, as I said. And take care out there. Try not to party too hard in the future, you little party animal. And remember to take care of yourself, Try and eat something nice and healthy every now and then. Try and get a good night's sleep, Take it easy. De-stress, baby. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be okay. Take care. Goodbye. Goodbye. Hello there. Hello. How are you doing today? You know what? Now that I look at you a little more closely, it actually looks to me like you are hungry. Are you hungry? Are you a hungry little hippo right now? Are you a hungry little hippo? You silly little hungry hippo. That's okay. I could feed you some food if you'd like. Would you like that? You hungry little hippo? Would you like me to feed you some food? Well, excellent. That's very good. Luckily for you, I actually have a lovely plastic fork with which to feed you. Do you want to see the plastic fork up close? What do you think about that? How does that feel? The plastic fork tapping on you. What, you don't like it? You don't like being poked in the face with a plastic fork? Are you crazy? Are you crazy right now? I know there are people out there that would pay top dollar to get poked in the face with a plastic fork. People would pay for this. They would pay for it like it's a service. And I'm doing it to you for free. And you have the audacity to say that you don't like it. Are you being for real right now? Are you actually being for real right now? Well, maybe you just need to, try it a little bit more. Maybe you'll like it if you just try it some more, okay? How's that? Do you like it now? No. more. What about now? What about now? Do you like it now? You still don't like it? Okay, I can see I'm dealing with a close-minded individual here. You don't have an open mind, do you? You're not open to the possibility of change, are you? Okay, whatever, that's fine. We'll stop all that nonsense and we shall get right into the feeding, shan't we? Yes, I have a lovely little microwave meal here, all prepared and ready. I was going to eat it myself because I'm actually quite hungry too. But you know what? I'm such an altruist. I'm such a selfless human being. I'm so flippin' amazing and magnificent. You know what I'm saying? So virtuous, such strong moral character that I'm going to feed my meal to you. I'm going to sacrifice my meal for you. I'm going to sacrifice my own need for food. I'm going to go hungry so that you don't. I'm just that amazing an individual. I'm just so good, so good. Okay, so open up your mouth, please. Open up your mouth, because here comes that choo-choo train. Here comes that choo-choo train. Ooh, what does that taste like? What does that taste like? I think I can see on your face happiness, can't I? Yes, indeed. I can see on those chubby little cheeks of yours the dimples of happiness. Yes, I'm straight up talking about those dimples. Those dimples. Do I have dimples? Maybe here. Is that a dimple? Is that a dimple? You'd like some more? Okay, here we go. There you go. There you go. Keep eating. Keep eating. I'm going to feed you this entire meal. You're going to be so full after I'm done feeding you. What if you explode? What if I feed you so much food that you explode? That won't be very good, will it? That won't be very good at all. How will I explain myself to the authorities? Maybe I can simply run away. Maybe I could run away from the crime scene and no one will discover it. But I mean, most likely somebody would discover an exploded individual, wouldn't they? Somebody who ate so much food that they exploded it. No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You're not going to explode today, are you? Or are you? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Why don't we make a little promise to each other not to explode today? In our company, in each other's company, let's not explode. Let us promise that we will not do that, okay? It's courtesy. It's courtesy. It's basic manners. Basic manners. That's correct. That's correct. Didn't your mama ever teach you not to explode in somebody else's company? Come on now. Come on now. Eat that food. Eat that food. And let's be polite, civilized little individuals, shall we? Yes, indeed. Imagine if you will, that we were the last two human beings on planet Earth. We would represent the entirety of humanity. You know what I'm saying? We would represent humanity at that point because we would be the last two human beings on planet Earth. So we should set a good example in that situation by being polite and civilized and good people, honorable people. Don't you think so? What do you mean? What do you mean it wouldn't matter? Because we would be the last people on Earth, so nobody would really care or know how we behaved. Okay, number one, don't talk with your mouth full. Okay, I can see your mama didn't teach you that, did she? I can see your mama didn't teach you that. Okay, so number one, don't talk with your mouth full. Number two, is that it is possible that we are being observed at all times by God. That's right, by God. G-O-D. G-O-D. He could be watching at all times. And, perhaps you don't believe that he's a divine man sitting on a cloud observing us at all times. But I believe that there is something out there, some sort of divine being, greater being, something out there. And if that is the case, could they not be observing us right now? Right now, it could be observing us. It could be observing us at any time, really, any time. And so, with that information, do you not think that it would be prudent to behave well, to behave civilized, politely, honorably, good, to be a good person at all times, just in case we are being observed by God, by the Creator, by whatever may be out there? What's that? You don't care if God is watching or not? What? What is that? What is that? What? What kind of little rebel are you? What kind of little rebel are you? You don't care, do you? You don't care. I see. You're a rebel without a cause, is it? You're a rebel without a cause. That would explain why you talk with your mouth full of food. Okay, impolite little rebel. You impolite little rebel. You rapscallion. You're a rapscallion, aren't you? I should have known immediately just by looking at you. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but guess what? That is literally the exclusive and only purpose of a book cover. It is to give you an idea of the contents of the book. So, what? I'm not supposed to judge a book by its cover, is it? The book cover, that's its only purpose, to indicate what is inside the book. What do you mean it's a metaphor? I know it's a metaphor. Do I look like I was born yesterday? Take a look at me now, seriously. Do I look like I was born yesterday? No, I was born 33 years ago. 33 bloody years. Do you think in that time on this planet that I wouldn't have accumulated some sort of wisdom and intelligence? Well, guess what? I have. So I understand that that's a metaphor. Don't judge a book by its cover. Understand what it's trying to say is that we shouldn't judge people by their appearance. But guess what? Once again, guess what? Yes, that's right. People's appearance, it is actually a semi-decent indicator of their character, of their internal being. Okay, not every single time. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Don't twist my words. I'm not saying that you can 100% accurately judge somebody based exclusively on their appearance. No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, so don't twist my words. You naughty little rapscallion. You twister of words. What else are you twisting up? You twisted little individual, you. No. What I'm saying is that take a look at somebody. Take a look at them and their appearance. What is your immediate gut reaction? What is your immediate gut feeling? Do you think to yourself, that person looks like they could be a bit dangerous? That person looks like they could be a bit unhinged. Or maybe you think to yourself, that person looks like an angel. They look like a sweet little angel. They would never do anything bad. I think you should take your gut reaction into consideration. Massively so. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. Your gut is like, it's like God communicating with you on an instinctual level. Do you really think that God communicates with people via words? Come on now, come Yes, a flash of intuition maybe. A vision maybe. Something along those lines. Something along those lines. That is how God would communicate. 100%, 100%, 100%. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying trust your gut. Trust your gut. If you look at someone and you judge them based on their appearance, maybe trust that judgment. But you know what? Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. I know we established earlier that you're a closed-minded individual, didn't we? Yes, yes indeed. So I know it's going to be difficult for you to keep an open mind. But what I'm saying is, make that initial judgment. Keep that judgment safely, quietly in the back of your mind, but also keep your mind open to the possibility that your judgment is wrong. Okay? Okay? Give everybody a fair and equal chance to begin with. Maybe not an axe-wielding maniac, though. If you ever come across an axe-wielding maniac, I think it is quite safe to assume that they are in fact dangerous. Yes, and they should be avoided. Yes, 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 yes. Maybe avoid axe-wielding maniacs. Okay, straight up. Maybe don't even give them any time of day. That's what I would say. Are you enjoying your microwave meal? Piping hot and ready in just 3 microwave minutes. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. What do you mean you don't use microwaves? Why not? Why not? Because of the radiation. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Microwaves, they don't actually make things radioactive. Not dangerously radioactive. Actually, you know what? You know what? Fun fact. All food is radioactive. Did you know that? Did you know that all food is radioactive? Google it. Google it. What, you don't believe me, is it? You don't believe me? Why wouldn't you believe me? Do I not look like a reputable source of information to you? You don't think so? You don't think I look like a reputable source of information? What, you don't think I'm trustworthy? Or do you think I'm stupid? It's one of those two, isn't it? That's what you're implying. That's what you're implying right now. Okay, I see. So I go out of my way to feed you my meal. Right? I'm sacrificing my meal and my hunger to make you feel full and happy and satisfied, and you repay me how? By calling me untrustworthy and stupid, is it? I see. I see how it is. If that's how you want to be, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But you know what? Google it. Google it later. Is food radioactive? And you will find out that the answer is yes, and that I was correct. I was correct all along. I can't believe you. I can't believe you, quite frankly. Quite frankly. Why don't you just shut up and enjoy your meal, huh? How's that? How about we try that, shall we? You shut up and you eat this food and you enjoy it. How about we do that? How about we do that? fancy restaurant, being served by the fancy waiters, getting the fancy food, blah, blah, flipping blah. In my opinion, worthless, waste of time, stupid, unvaluable. That's me though, that's me personally. I just don't value that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't value that kind of stuff. When I want food, I just want food. Bonus if it's tasty. Bonus if it's tasty. Mostly I just want it to make me feel good. Make me feel good and energized so that I can go around and do whatever I want to do in the world, you know, do whatever I want to do in the world. Yes, mostly. But you know, just give me a McDonald's, but you know what I'm saying? Just give me a McDonald's, but a bit of Mackey's, a bit of Mackie D's, you know what I'm saying? Mackie D's. Mackie D's nuts. Got 'em. I just got you good, didn't I? I just got you good, player. You just got played by the player. Just got played by the player. I'm being a bit silly, aren't I? Being a bit silly. Can you blame me though? Can you blame me? I've been stuck in your company for what, 20 minutes now? 20 minutes feeding you like you're a baby bird and I'm mama bird. I'm your mama bird. You're my little baby bird and I'm your big mama bird. And here comes the food. Here comes the chewed up, gross, pre-digested food. Do you like that? Do you like that? Would you ever eat a worm? You know what I'm saying? Because birds eat worms, don't they? Do they? Do birds eat worms? I mean, I think they do. I think they eat worms, don't they? Worms, you know what? I don't think they look that disgusting or inedible, personally. I mean, they look pink. They look pink and they look kind of juicy. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying they look juicy and pink, baby. It's kind of interesting. Juicy pink. But you know what I'm saying? A worm is basically just meat, isn't it? It's basically just meat. It's a little bit unpleasant to think about because we're civilized little beings. What is the word I'm looking for? Domesticated. We're domesticated. So even like the slightest dirty thing or unpleasant thing seems gross to us, doesn't it? Because we're domesticated. We're not wild beings anymore. We're not wild, untamable beings. We're little kitty cats. We're little house cats, aren't we? Domesticated kitty cats. Domesticated kitty cats. Well, I mean, I am. Are you? I think you are. Even with that attitude of yours, I think you pretend to be a hard mother flipper, don't you? With that attitude, you pretend to be all that, but you're just like me. You're just like me, just a domesticated little kitty cat in a big wild world. What do you mean? What am I talking about? Well, am I not talking sense? Am I not speaking English here, is it? You don't understand English, is it? What? Because you've got that satisfied little look on your face, and I think we had some interesting conversation, didn't we? Interesting table conversation. Well, I found it interesting anyway. I had a good time. I hope you did too. And you know what? I think I might see you again in the future. Yes, indeed. Okay, take care out there, and I'll see you again